Good morning. So got a package here, and this one goes on the heap of, that's not what I expected. So I ordered a box of engineer bolts, Allen bolts, at least that's what I expected, and I got these, which is true. They are a wide variety of Allen key bolts, but absolutely for tiny Transalps. My Transalp isn't that small. Look at that. And here I thought I was getting M6, M8, M10. Nuh-uh. Right. Let's have a look at the rack. So the lower bolt for the engine bracket sat this, and the same one on the other side. I remember I replaced them because they broke. But you could always pull them out. Plus you were lacking one bolt for the engine bracket. But, which I've been riding without for a long time anyway. But I want to go back to what it was before, with a bolt that goes all the way through, comes out on the other side and this side, and you can bolt the engine bracket down. Plus you have a sturdy bolt that doesn't move, unlike how it was before. You can really hook up the rack here and tighten it properly, especially since we're going to be missing this support here. Like I said, I'm not too chuffed about this rack, but it's what I have. Now I'm going to make it do, and then I'll cut this off. And I'll keep him just in case. Maybe at some point we want to weld them back on, who knows. Got the bar in town. Let's have a look-see. Of course there's a bolt on the other side. We got the bar. There you go, so this sticks out, and I'll cut it to size and then put a bolt here, and at least the engine will be clamped down properly. Not like before with two separate pieces. 100, 200, 300. You need about 320 for starters, which is too much, but I have too much, it's too little. Radiator bolts out. Grabbed only few rusty sockets I still have left from my old collection, which used to sit in my tool tube here and catch water. That's better. Ooh, engine cover. Jasmine, come here. Alright, so now the interesting process is going to be alignment, but I don't want to align with this because I want to bend it straight bits. You can see this is not straight, it's going like this. That end's not straight, it's bending outward. So if I bend this inward, I hope that this here, which is too close, bends out a bit again. The only thing I'm worried about with putting this on is that maybe that when the bike does go down, that the pressing rack will actually push into the fairing and break it. But because of that idea, I'm very keen to see if I can push this back to bring it out more, as it was, because you've seen it on previous Alp, it was just in the fairing basically. What I already noticed is that bracket here is still this far from aligning with the hole, but it's already up against the fairing here. So we'll see how that goes, eh? Here, I'll try to show you what's going on. That's pretty clear, isn't it? Both sides. And the ones below there. We'll start with the top ones here. And hopefully I don't get myself in more trouble. Steel tube would have more control, but I can't get my hands on one at the moment. See how a bit of hammering goes. It moves. Alright, that is pretty sweet. That's all almost, the lines down there, and almost aligned in front of the radiator. but it also solved the issue of being up against the fairing, and now there's a lot more space in between the two. So this is the kind of stuff we're looking for. Solution and things not getting more complicated. I'm not there yet, but this is a good start. Though that being said, once I tighten the bolt more over there, you run into the same issue. I have a look here. We'll hook up crash bar on this side too. Then we can see if it's a crash bar thing or if it's a fairing thing. So it's also definitely a fairing thing because it slots in nicely there and just does not touch the fairing here. And it's the opposite on the other side. I'm going to pull this one off and also going to straighten out this section. I'm going to straighten out this bit here that goes on that bar that I bought. Too crazy on that. There you go. Let's have a look at that. Let's put this back on. Now to get it in place here, I need to pull too much here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bang this one more up. So it comes a bit more at an angle, but it'll stretch more towards this point here. That one can go down a bit if it can. Alright, I have gotten into that phase where I'm making it a bit more difficult for myself, but challenge accepted. So hook it up here so I can just bend this section here. Alright, now I'm going to bend a more fundamental section of the rack. Oh fuck. You gotta be kidding me. Holy shit. This is like typical shit that happens to me. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. Never thought about such a thing being possible. No access to an alternative vise at the moment, so I might as well do some rust removal. With a little bit of strength that is left. Morning. Yesterday I went to the neighbor's house and asked if I could use their vise, but they don't have one set up at the moment. They said, why don't you find a trailer, find a section that you could maybe bend it on. Alright, good point. They got this one here in front of the house. So hopefully the right stuff is moving, but I just really moved it well by pulling here. But I'm moving the whole thing here, unfortunately, while I would actually just want to move this section. It is working. Oh, made it worse, much worse. Got a massive bend here now. You really need that vise. Alright, so this kind of thing always sucks. I gotta put everything back together again because I didn't take it off again. I'm gonna go into town so I can buy Ken a new vise. Here we go. Nice new vise. Behold, we're back in the game. Reckon this one should be a bit stiffer. Right, let's undo this morning's damage. as you can see here, this bracket's coming inward. Let's see if we can bend that straight a bit. Needs to go outward. So we actually have alignment now here, and if I push that section in, it aligns nicely without pressure here, and that is what we wanted. Now it still sits on the fairing, but if I bolt it down below, put some pressure on it, pulls it away. Should be just enough. I think I can live with this. And now let's do the other side. Alright, this side needs to come inward a bit, because these bars aligned on that side are working out really well on the other side. This one out a bit. So I'm gonna try and get the top bracket to sit higher up so it relieves the tension below. So this is kind of bolted down. Not too bad, is it? Just sits lower here on the fairing, higher there. That could be fairing related, but from behind you see a bit of a problem. Static one. Going in, going out. That section needs to come more in. That will move this one more out. Let's see if that is a good thing that happens. But that means that this section can move out a bit more in this section by moving this section inward, and then having a overall similar look. Should I go for it or just leave it be? I'm gonna try. Well, my little side mission didn't change much, but I'll leave it at this. Time to cut off the unnecessary bracket. No more. Forgot to buy a proper grinder blade again. This is nice and smooth now. Takes a bit longer than with a grinder wheel, but with a cutting wheel you get there too. So in some areas I want to undo the bite marks too, like I did here, the vise. Paint prep. Already got one hanging and get to go. So with the spray Hammerite, it's only 15 minutes per coat. With the one from the little can, that was 4 hours. The final, the fourth coat. Beautiful. It started out a bit disappointing, turned out very nice. Bit on the shiny side, but I was expecting that. All in all, it's going to look good. And I think this stuff is going to be rock hard. That's it for a few days. I'm heading to the West Coast, not on the bike, but I'll be back Sunday. By then, these will be nice and dry and ready to go on the bike. Absolutely beautiful. Let me know what you think in the comments, and like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon again.